Thanks for joining me on Life and Surround. I know it's been a while and I apologize for that. Life's been tough. And I don't think I'll be doing too many more videos this year. So probably this one. And then I'm planning on doing like a recap of just like what are the most exciting movements in surround right now. Certainly Rhino Records putting out some excellent stuff. This is the 2023 like immersive experience of Moondance. Rhino is also putting out the Quadio series, and you've got SDE putting out the Surround series and some SDE exclusives that are super exciting. You've got Esoteric, Cherry Lane. You've got Steven Wilson, you've got Stephen W. Taylor, Bruce Sword, doing his thing for K-Scope and plus his own stuff, and Pineapple Thief. So it's an exciting time, and I'll probably do like a wrap up, just like what's the most exciting stuff going on. I've got like so much unlistened to multi-channel music just waiting for me because life's been hectic, and it's a really good time to be a fan of surround and immersive, quad included, because there's just a ton of amazing content in physical form and available for sale. So we're not talking about streaming, something that you can't own and is, highly compressed, for size. And, we're not talking about like out of print, pie in the sky titles that almost nobody can afford, except for once in a blue moon. So I actually have scored some really cool out of print stuff recently just by watching forever and being willing to pounce on auctions and stuff. So anyway, Moondance 2023 immersive experience. This is from Rhino. That means it is the loving work of Steve Woolard. And in my opinion, like any fan of immersive and surround owes that man a lot of gratitude right now. He is the mover and the shaker behind the Quadio series, and that includes Doobie Brothers and Chicago, that super, famous and wonderful and sought after box, Aretha Franklin, and now like the Blu-ray series, Jefferson Starship, and Alice Cooper. You've got some new ones announced now. You've got War, Randy Newman. Man, I mean, some really cool, exciting stuff. So thank you to Rhino Records for putting out immersive and surround content, physical copies that we can own and that we can listen to in top quality. So here we have this Blu-ray, this 2023 immersive experience. You not only have the original album, a remaster, you also have a 2023 stereo remix from Steven Wilson. You have a 2023 instrumental stereo mix from Steven Wilson. That's a fascinating listen. And you have the 2023 Dolby Atmos mix. Now, I've done a video on this before, like, Elliot Schiener versus Steven Wilson. And previously, all I had to compare was the Elliot Schiener 2013 Blu-ray mix, the 5.1 mix, to Steven Wilson's streaming Atmos mix. And I'm not the hugest fan of streaming Atmos. It loses some definition, and ultimately it kind of like doesn't immerse and draw me in quite as strongly. I think it has to do with like an indistinct bottom end. I really, really, really like to get my room just absolutely pumping with bass energy, especially like rock music. Like this is like jazzy rock, but it's still rock, and some R&B. But yeah, there's something indistinct about streaming Atmos. So I'm super, super excited that this Blu-ray exists. And now I have been able to go head to head, the Elliot Schiener 5.1 mix versus the Steven Wilson Atmos mix. And the menu makes it really easy. The menu of the Blu-ray makes it really easy to like listen to all the different versions on the fly. You just have to be ready to like adjust volume pretty quickly, because like the Atmos mix on my system needs about 10 dB more from the volume control. then the 5.1, and then the stereo mixes need to come down a little bit to my ear. So the way I listen to rock music, anything with a drum kit, being pounded on, is I elevate the volume in my room until it feels like the drums are really there. Like, not uncomfortable, but like there really is a drummer bashing away in your room and it's intense and, it grabs your attention and, no way in heck you're going to be able to focus on anything else because it's, this force to be reckoned with. And then hopefully when that's the case, like the other parts are all at comfortable and, just proper volumes. It sounds cohesive, like a band ought to. So I got this Atmos mix cranking to my reference point, and I also juxtaposed certain moments of the 5.1 mix, just bringing the volume down, and also the stereo offerings. So what I can tell you, and I agree with Steven Wilson in this essay that he wrote about bringing Moondance into the immersive realm. Elliot Schiener, original engineer for the recording of the album, 1969, had every right to do a 2013 remix, or whenever he did it. It was released in 2013. Definitely deeply intuitive into the album, and also at that point, 5.1 mixing God in his own right. The 5.1 mix of Moondance is awesome. And Steven Wilson describes it in his essay as, just like being in the session with the band. And so like you've got a piano over here and a guitar over here and, drums up front and, flautist somewhere and saxophones, but, and it's ear level. And it's sort of like you're sitting in the middle of the studio. And Steven Wilson took a slightly different approach, though the effect isn't in the end all that different. What he did is he started by recreating the stereo mix. And so, if stuff is on the left, it's going to stay on the left. If it's on the right, it's going to stay on the right. Centered will stay centered and so forth. But, it's different parts are going to be drawn out into the room. But like in reference with respect to where they lay in the original stereo mix. And so I think that what I hear from his mix is what I would call like in the studio plus. As he describes also, about his own mix, he left core parts, like lead vocal, drums, bass, guitar 1, guitar 2 at ear level. And then he took the like overdub parts, like horns and backup singers, tambourine and stuff like that, and made use more of like the heights to, just separate those out from the mix. Gives everything a bit more clarity, and it's fun to hear. It sounds awesome. And then also he used the Atmos, like the heights area for reverbs. Like, so for instance, even though Van's lead vocal is locked dead center in the center channel, it has reverberations that come like out all around you and just gives his voice this massive, massive presence. So you are never lacking on extreme detail of the vocal that he delivered to the session, while being able to hear every other part, just in my opinion, totally clearly. Like you really get an easy to discern, listen to everything that was going on in that session. And yet it all holds together. It all holds together. So I would say that Schiener's mix doesn't hold together as well as Wilson's. Like it sounds more hard panned, where Wilson's sounds like it is making use of your entire space. But I don't know, it's just in a little bit more cohesive way. So and I think with a little bit more respect to the original stereo. I have a feeling that Schiener, just took the opportunity to just do something different He obviously was there for the stereo original mix, and you know, it's all just a matter of preference. His mix sounds super, super cool. I love it. And in some ways, it sounds sort of like some classic quads where, you know, you've got a piano in one channel and a guitar in one channel, and, you know, things just feel like very, very situated, specifically situated. So, hey, look, I didn't want to forget to talk about this former, you know, 2013 deluxe set. This has the Blu-ray with Schiener's 5.1 mix on it. If this is what you got and you love it, or you can track it down, you know, at a reasonable price. It's not always reasonably priced on the, you know, out of print market. Go for it, you know. But this here Blu-ray is currently for sale, and you know, through discounters, it's, you know, can be had for somewhere around 25 bucks. It's a current offering, so we can support, you know, Rhino in their effort to deliver Blu-ray immersive and surround music to us. And it has Schiener's mix losslessly, plus new Atmos and plus new instrumental mixes. Stereo remix, I'm not sure what the value is of that, since Wilson tries to get as close to the original as possible. But you also have the original mix remastered. So, I mean, in my opinion, this Blu-ray is just an incredible value. Hype sticker, don't forget the hype sticker. I always keep the hype sticker. And yeah, I'm thankful that it exists. Again, thank you, Steve. Honestly, I know that it is hard work and probably often not rewarding, and labor of love. And there are many, many, many of us out here who appreciate that you put out Moondance on Blu-ray 2023. And you know, the immersive mix is just awesome. It's just awesome. Nothing's really gonna get me to love the end of this record. Everyone in Glad Tidings have never done a whole lot for me, so I don't know. Sometimes I'm tempted to raise the needle at Brand New Day, but nonetheless, this is an ultra, ultra, ultra classic album. In my opinion, it doesn't end the strongest, but like the front half of this record is just, oh my gosh, out of this world, crazy, classic, awesome, and some good stuff on the backside as well. Anyway, just wanted to offer a little bit of criticism. All right, so Moondance just sounds awesome, and it's affordable, it's available. You know, maybe it's a good last minute Christmas, you know, idea. So anyway, I wish you all happy listening. I hope that whatever is going on in your lives, that, you know, you are finding joy, that you're finding peace, that you're finding meaning, and that you're living life in surround.